Hello, gods and goddesses. So, how are you doing? I wanted to shoot another video and I wanted to share what I do for a living. So, basically, I work for a facility called Family Health Centers. I am a patient access specialist, and what patient access specialists do is basically gather basic profile information for homeless patients. We have homeless patients only. They have to show verification that they are homeless or they cannot be seen at our facility. So after I gather their information, I verify their identification if they have it. Sometimes we can go into the Coalition for the Homeless and gather their information that way to verify that they are in fact in a homeless shelter, such as Volunteers of America, the Salvation Army, so on and so such. I also check patients in and out for their medical appointments. I can schedule appointments. I can cancel appointments. I can reschedule appointments. Basically answer the phones, process insurance documents, scan medical summaries from hospitals, and any other document that is required to be scanned into a patient's chart. That's what we do. So at Phoenix Family Health Center, the following assistance can be done for our homeless patients. So we have the medical office. We offer mental health. We help with Social Security. Um, we help with transportation only if they need to go to and from a doctor's appointment. We help with hospital referrals, doctor referrals for different specialists. We have dental. We have the Coalition for the Homeless, who called Common Assessment. They help the homeless people find apartments to get them off of the streets. We offer outreach services, so we can go out in the community and we can reach out to the homeless people, gather their profile information, and basically schedule appointments for them to be seen for services. We help with food stamps. Anybody who needs food stamps, help with food. We help with clothing. We help with, what else? That's pretty much it. Basically, anybody who needs assistance, any homeless people who needs assistance, basically to help them get off the streets, to help them recovering from addiction or whatever they're going through. Um, Basically what I love about the job is I love the staff. The staff is friendly, they're understanding. We work well together. We have good times together. Sometimes we have potluck, we have birthday parties, different events. We have draft down days on Fridays. So basically, we have to wear uniforms. We have to have polo shirts with the Family Health Center logo and casual pants. We can wear black or khaki pants, or we can wear scrubs with our polo shirts, scrub pants. I love the job because the job humbled me. Basically, it humbled me to where I admit that I used to talk about people on the streets who talk to themselves and who are homeless and who are out begging for money. But once you learn different homeless patients' stories and what they've been through, and um, what their situation is, it humbles you real quick. I've been there for, I want to say, almost 2 years. I got hired on to the company on August the 13th on 2023. So in August of 2025, we'll make it 5 years. I mean, not 5 years. What am I thinking about? It will make it 2 years that I've been with Family Health Centers. Um, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love my job. And I think it was God sent because I prayed for this job basically because I wanted to work in an office setting and I wanted to work in a medical facility. And God blessed me with this job. He put this job in my lap, basically. I started this job through a temporary service. I found this job on Indeed.com and they hired me on through the temporary service. I got trained for 2 weeks at the main headquarters, and the training was great. I mean, the trainer was great. She broke everything down. She showed us basically step by step on and the understanding of what I would be doing in my position. And once I started, even though I was all over the place and I was still trying to learn everything, it helped me to better understand what is required of my job. And it's like a family environment. It's like working with a family. I mean, we all get along. Uh, we all care about one another. We're all understanding of one another. We all celebrate each other's birthdays and holidays. We exchange gifts, and it's just a nice environment. And it's new for me. I have worked in the office environment before because I worked different jobs through temporary agencies. Through the temporary agency, I guess one of my other favorite jobs was being a payment processor for, I think it was Chase Bank. I think their office was like a glass window surrounded office in the area where Humana is, downtown on Main Street in Louisville, Kentucky. And that was one of my favorite jobs. One of my other favorite jobs was being a copy processor for Pitney Bowes. So basically, what we did was we copied different documents and we filed them for different departments. I like that job. I've done telemarketing. I enjoyed the telemarketing. I don't enjoy the telemarketing like for collections and stuff like that, but we did like surveys. Now that was fun. I worked different office jobs through temporary agencies, but mostly I worked as a sales associate for over 30 years. My first job was at Taco Bell. I worked as a cashier for Taco Bell. I was still in high school. I was 16. I wanted my own money, and I asked my mother to sign for me so that I could work and make my own money. I wanted to go to the mall. I wanted to hang out, and I didn't want to have to ask for money. So that was my first job I ever had at Taco Bell. I worked for Dillard's department store as a sales associate. I worked for Walmart briefly as a cashier. My longest job I ever had was Kroger's. I worked for Kroger's for 7 years. I started off as a front end cashier. I worked at customer service behind the desk. I was cashing checks. I was processing Western Union. I was processing accounts. I was supervising. So basically, everything that was required behind the customer service desk at Kroger, I've done. I balanced cashier drawers and got them ready for the morning and evening shifts. I ran the Kroger gas station for a little while. I worked at the pharmacy for about 6 months. Um, Basically processing the prescriptions, counting the medications, and putting them in bottles for them. That was fun. Um, I like the leading role. I worked for City Trends for 3 years. I started off as a sales associate at City Trends, and then I applied for assistant manager. I was assistant manager. That required processing freight. So if nobody knows what processing freight means any merchandise that is shipped to City Trends. We basically open up the boxes and we will hang up clothes, or we will put away toys, or we will put a basically whatever item the City Trends sells. We would collect inventory and we would place them on the proper shelves in order, clean the store in order, swept the floor, vacuumed the floor. Um, my favorite thing working at City Trends was dressing the mannequins. I liked the lead role. I liked being the supervisor. I love relieving sales associates for their lunches and breaks. Um, Assigning different tasks in the departments. I like that. So I processed layaway. I did the accounting once again. I count the drawers down. I did the accounting paperwork before closing. I helped close the store. There was a lot of nights that I had to run the store and close the store by myself. I had to open the store by myself. But I ended up having to quit that job because I was working double shifts. So I would go into work at 10 o'clock, and a lot of nights I wouldn't leave work until about 9:30, sometimes 10 o'clock. It depends on how busy the store is, and it depends on how many employees we have on that day. And it was getting to be too much for me because I was working too many hours and I wasn't spending much time at home. And I got a daughter that needed my attention, and she wasn't getting all my attention because I was working too much. So I worked for Sears Portrait Studio. That was the second job I had after I graduated high school. So it was a fun job because I processed um, the photo orders, and I was able to take pictures. And that was really fun. I liked that job as well. Let's see what else. So after I left City Trend, I worked at Dollar Tree for a while as a cashier. I worked there for a year. I worked at Dollar Tree for a year, and I didn't own the cashier. I helped clean the store. I did inventory. I did stock. So I do have a lot of experience in sales. I have experience as a cashier. I have experience in accounting, And now I have an experience as a patient access specialist in an office environment and in a family health center helping homeless people. And I enjoy it. On the downside, I used to be a procrastinator. So I used to be late for work a lot. I used to call in sick a lot. And that was a learning experience for me. So now I'm learning how to arrive to work on time or early. I'm learning how to go to bed at a decent time. I'm learning how to prepare and my clothes before bed so that I will not be rushing around trying to find my clothes and do this and that and then running late. And I'm trying to call in less because I was realizing that over the years that I wasn't being consistent in my jobs. I would work a job, I would quit a job, or I would be let go because of my attendance. And so I believe I'm doing better. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying not to miss too many days of work because I really like this job and I don't want to lose it. Not right now anyway, until I get established with my independent business, which I hope and pray to God that He will lead me on the right path and that will work out for me. Because I do want to eventually work for myself, reaching out to people. But once again, I am tired, so I'm going to close out for now. I just wanted to share with you what I do for a living, my job background, and to give you advice. Just remember that be professional, be detail oriented, be punctual. Do not miss too many days of work. Do not have personal friendships at the workplace. Do not discuss anything personal at the workplace. Focus on your job at hand during your hours. Do not slack on your phone. If you do those things, then you will keep a job. Okay? Don't procrastinate. Don't do things at the last minute. I had to learn all of that over the years. And I must admit, I can pat myself on the back because I'm doing better with that. Because I really struggled with that for a long time. But I will let you go once again. I told you a little bit about myself, about my job background. And as soon as I come up with something else to talk about, until then, I will see you again. Good night. God bless. Say your prayers. Thank God for another day. Reflect. Think about if you made a mistake today, what you can do better if you have learned from that mistake. Peace and blessings. Love you.